All right, so good morning. Thank you for joining today. We're going to be looking at the Ally end user features that will be available in the Blackboard Learn environment for your end users. Specifically, we will be looking at the alternative format feature. So this is converting the files and content that's in the Learn environment to a different format that might better suit the learner needs. That'll be the first part of the session today. The second part will be looking at the Ally instructor feedback feature and the Ally course report. So we're going to start off with just maybe a little bit of background of how Ally is integrated. The key takeaway here is that faculty don't need to do anything special. They don't need to click a button to make Ally evaluate their course content. They're just going to build it out as they always have if Ally's been turned on for the course, and if it has, then students would see the alternative formats, or faculty would see the scoring indicators within their courses. Ally gets notified of the new content being added. Ally is going to perform a series of checks, which is based off, jump down to the bottom, the WCAG 2.1 standard. So this is a kind of a consortium, global consortium defined standard for what certain accessibility checks should be performed for different types of content. As Ally is working through that accessibility checklist, it is calculating an accessibility score for that content. And then ultimately when it's done performing all the checks for that specific content, it's going to use that and present it to the faculty member through the instructor feedback feature. It will get calculated as part of the individual instructor course accessibility report, and then it is also in the broader institutional report that oversight for the admins have. So the way I describe this is Ally, when it first builds, say, a Word document, it's going to assume that it's 100%. And then as it starts working through that checklist, it is going to either slowly lower the score, depending on the check that it's performing, or maybe quickly drop the score. So for example, where it might drop very quickly is if the document being used is a scanned PDF that has not been OCR'd. And we'll see on the next slide, if you're not familiar, OCR stands for optical character recognition. So understanding the text that's basically part of that image in the scan document. So if it's an OCR, if it's a scanned PDF that is not OCR'd, that's a very impactful issue. Basically the score, I think, is probably almost 0% for that particular type of content. So dramatic drop based on that particular issue. Where it might not be as quick to drop is if we're checking a Word document and we're doing the color contrast check. Maybe there are a couple of areas where someone selected a lighter gray font color or maybe a lighter blue font color, and that's introducing a minor accessibility issue given the color contrast with the background. So won't jump the score down quite as much as the scan PDF. But we'll check to see if it's a tagged PDF. Now, what it doesn't do is basically validate if the tagged PDF has anything useful in it. So that will become important when we talk about some of the alternative formats. So it might be saved as a tagged PDF, but if you don't use certain features within the original authoring tool, there may not be any useful tags in it. So it doesn't necessarily check to see what tags are there and are they meaningful or not. But that it does determine if it's an untagged PDF.